Hi everybody, hope everybody's well. Video this morning I'm doing for you, it's regarding, well, it's a follow-up to cold start, because obviously you're all like that. I mean, I think you were all a bit surprised stuff started, but if they're set up right, they'll start, you know, but you've got to have the right things. I mean, the Zephyr, the V4 that started out there, I mean, when it came here, it didn't have that carburetor on. It had got a manual choke on, and well, I don't think it was correct carb for car. Whether it could have been, it might not have been, but anyhow, I put a new old stock V4 on, did a new inlet manifold gasket, bits and pieces, and that's probably why she starts that. I mean, there's probably just still a slight issue on new old stock carburetor, because I can normally get them to one pump and they'll kick up, but I mean, starter's lazy. I've never had a good starter on that car, so to be honest, if I put a fast starter on, she might start first pull. It might be good enough, spinning or quick enough she grabs. But that's why I want to run over a few bits for you today, because there's always a variation in things. I mean, we've got some carburetors here. I mean, this is a new old stock. I think that's a V6, to be quite honest. I mean, in fact, I'm confident that's a V6. It's a Zenith. It's I think that's a 351. Yeah, 361. I mean, these are in a 35 and also in a 37. Inlet on them. Now, I've got some 37. They were only for a year and a half on early V6s, which do tend to be a bit quicker, but obviously they were probably a little bit heavier on fuel, so they went down to a 35 on your Butterfly. Now, this one here, that's a Corsair, so that's a V4 and it were an automatic, this car, so that's an automatic. So what you've got here, it's a twin choke Weber. I mean, whether it get him any more oomph, I don't know. I remember driving that car years ago, engines up there. And a good engine, and I've just kept engine, but something's wrong way around for a Zephyr, so you're not going to put one of them in, you know, without you've got a sum. And it went alright, but it was an automatic car, so really it was a steady pull off, and you just got your bit of a kick down, so it'll add a little bit more on accelerator pump to get a bit more fuel. This car, like I said, that was fitted to silver one, daily driver, or a manual choke with some bodged up system to make everything work. It was a mess. That's all it was. It was a mess. So that went back to bog standard. That car starts perfect. So that's top and bottom. I mean, timed everything. Jobs are good. Now going back to starting them up. I mean, we've got a situation here where I've got two dizzies here, and you look at them and you probably think, oh, they're both same. Well, they're not both same, because this one on my right, I mean, it smashed to bits because it had to come out of engine. It was seized solid, so it ended up getting mangled up, getting out. Now this is a 2.5 automatic. Now this, and also it's a low compression, so I mean you can find it in parts, but you can ID them easy as well. This is just a standard high compression 3 litre. Now the weights on this one, as you can see, they have an heavy spring and a light spring. One's a trailer, one's pulling back. Now you've got the weights 10.5 R both ways, so that's where you are with it. Now on this one, you've got 13R, and springs are different. Now, if you put that in to this car, it will run, but it won't be set up because this is a low compression, so that's why it's spring different, and that's why it's weighted different. And also, it'll work different with carburetor, because carburetor will be different on this car as well, because it's an automatic. So, it'll gear the spread of power to suit an automatic. Now, put that in, like I say, it'll run, but it'll never run as Ford had it running. And to be honest, I mean, Ford in them days, they were like, well, I'm talking, probably a bit before that, they were building 1,200 Cortinas in a 24-hour shift. And to find out how much profits they were making, they were having to weigh invoices. So obviously, they had a guy sat at the desk who worked all this out, and he wasn't a numpty, he wasn't a fool, he worked it out right. So, but what I'm saying is now, a lot of you just go buy these distributors and one fits all, come wherever, oh, that fits it. Well, it's got to be an average. So you're probably not going to get 120% out of your car. I mean, same with these, you'll have a tweak on, because things have worn over years, you know. I mean, we've got here, this is an early 3 litre. Now, this has got yellow clips. Now, I mean, this is a new old stock Dizzy. And this is a Lucas. And obviously it's got yellow because it's low compression. Now, on your standard ones, I think they're black or silver, which is just an high compression, you know. Now, what I found with these ones, on stuff that's exported, you see it a lot, you see yellow clips. So obviously Ford did a bit of something, it might have been with warmer climate, so they put a low compression dizzy in him. And it obviously helped, you know. I mean, this is another Lucas. It's more or less an identical unit. I mean, we're obviously overhand, but that's your Ford end. It's obviously got your X drive down to your oil pump and the drive for your camshaft. Now, this is E-type Lucas. It's got it's just got a pair of teeth for a drive. I mean, they all wear it in various places, but they all do more or less the same thing. But what I'm saying to you is, if you haven't got the weights right, if you haven't got the right dizzy, you're probably not going to get the car right. And everybody goes out, buys these 1, 2, 3 dizzies, does all that, and then my car's low. Well, somewhere you'll be losing out. You know, they said better fuel economy. If they've got better fuel economy, it's probably because it's just altering timing. That's all top and bottom it is, so you're using less fuel. And like I say, your carburetors is another issue. I mean, even down to your connections on your points. I mean, they're always kicking about, new old stock connections. Put right ones in. I mean, you don't have to have an electronic ignition. You know, you're gonna, if you've got an electronic ignition, you're gonna come on a lorry if all breaks. With these, find right one, source it out, have a look. I mean, if you're in doubt, I mean, if it's on one of these, same, it don't particularly have to be a Zephyr, it can be any car. I've got that many reference books that I can tell you what should be what and what should be what. And also, there's quite a few people who recon these dizzies and they'll do them properly. I mean, I think he's called Distributor Doctor or so. I've seen somebody who does it and he's got quite good ratings. Everybody sings about him, you know. And it's same with your carbs. You can get your carbs sorted out. Well, we're going to go through some of this for you and all that. And then you can see, like, this will get built into that. No doubt I'll make a video. But what I hope you've got out of this video, now, I mean, it's a bit of a short video, a bit on, like, what goes off with and weird. I mean, because you're dizzy and obviously your carburetors are two big issues on your car. Because if you're on time, it's good and got compression, it's going to go, so long as these are in the right place. So, but I'm trying to put over here, before I start showing you bits and pieces, the like basics of the car, but I'm also trying to prove to you the importance. Now, if you've got a car and it's probably got wrong carburetor on, and like I've just said, it's got wrong dizzy on, or it's not even nowhere near what it should do, it's never going to run right. You know, these cars, they're set up by factory, and when factory set them up, they had that much money, they put right man to the job, they didn't want to come back, that was top and bottom. So, I mean, I'll leave that with you. I mean, if you've got out on it, give us a like, and you know, if it's helped you in any way, I mean, I don't know what it will help you with, but it's just the basics and the fundamental things that are how the car works. So, also subscribe if you like what I do to my channel, because I'll try and keep things coming and keep you entertained with it. So, and I'll catch you all later, and bye for now.